and welcome to today's interview. Today we're going to be speaking with Kate Burton. Hello Kate.
Hello Ro.
How are you today?
Very good, thanks. Beautiful day.
It's a fantastic day, yes it is. So today we're going to be talking to Kate, who is an experienced executive coach. Having started her career in the corporate world, she is now an established author, having written three books, okay. So today we're going to be talking to her about her experiences of writing and hopefully picking up some tips for any budding writers out there. Okay, so Kate, you've written three very successful books and you contributed to several other books. How do you get started in writing?
Well, I think what I do is I have a theme, a central question that I'm chewing over for quite a period of time. So, for example, you know, we were talking about the Building Self-Confidence book, and that began some years ago, really, when a friend was saying to me, "So where do you keep your confidence?" And I thought, you know, confidence is one of those things that sometimes can be in short supply. There's a time perhaps when we need more of it, but how do you do that?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thinking that I was going through, and so then I would mind mapped out some ideas, and in this case got together with somebody else to co-author it, who I think would have a completely different perspective.
Okay.
But so I tend to start top down with a mind map of ideas from which the structure and the idea of the book develops.
Okay, fantastic. So how do you go about researching your subject then?
Well, again, I think that's something that happens over a period of time, and it involves going out and meeting people, lots of interviews. We've got access to amazing resources on the internet, so whatever subject that you're looking for. So getting data. I will go on a lot of workshops, just really be out and about with people until I've honed my ideas. And what I might do on a book also is, quite often, is run some workshops around that topic first, so that I'm learning much more about what people want to find out, and bringing not just my ideas but other people's perspectives, so it does enrich the books with stories and real life situations.
So there's some experiential research going on there as
Absolutely.
well?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay, really interesting. So tell me then, there's always this idea that everybody has a book in them. Is that true?
Well, I think that everybody's got an interesting story to tell, because no two lives are the same, are they?
No.
As to whether that story is going to end up as a book, I think that's the big challenge, and that's why a lot of people come to my writers' workshops, because they'd like to write a book.
Yeah.
And what people find is that it's not always a cut and dried, I've got an idea, I've written my book, and now the world's going to want to read it.
Yeah.
So it is quite a journey from that passionate idea through to publication that we go on. And what some people find is that it's easier to break it down into smaller steps. So some of my people that I'm working with at the moment are actually publishing shorter articles at the moment that then build into the book. And that's sometimes the stepping stone approach.
Okay, fantastic. So it sounds as though one of the first starting steps is to get articles published. Does that mean, you know, that there are lots of unfinished books out there?
I think there are masses of unfinished books in drawers, and people starting something and popping it to one side.
Yeah.
And I think that can be for various reasons. One is that people don't think they've got enough time, or because their ideas have developed and the book they thought they were going to write isn't the book that they end up writing, or they realise perhaps that it's going to be difficult to sell to a publisher.
Right.
But I do think there's an opportunity that if people have an unfinished book, it's actually better to shape that up, so really concentrate on getting one very good chapter and getting a really first-class proposal together that's targeted at a publisher that has a list of the kind of books that you want to publish. So sometimes the unfinished book can be an opportunity rather than a problem. So many publishers most publishers in fact, would rather be engaged in a dialogue at an early stage about the concept and have a part to play in shaping that,
Right.
rather than be presented with the finished manuscript, which then doesn't work and there's a huge amount of editing to be done to shape it up.
Yeah.
So actually the unfinished book can be a good thing.
So it's not just about writing, it's about understanding what the publisher is looking for.
Very much so. I mean, a book is a product that needs to be marketed, and if you really want to put the effort into it, I think you do want a finished product that you want to be proud of, you want to be proud to have your name on it.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I say it's a product, the publisher's only going to be interested in publishing it if they know they can sell it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay. So we've learned a lot already there. So what's your biggest tip that you would give to people who are sort of listening, thinking that they want to get started on writing?
Well, I think that writing, it's not like art. You know, an artist would perhaps work with other artists and have a studio or a little space in a bigger studio where they work together often. But writing can be a very, very lonely occupation, and it's hard grind. So I would say don't try and do it alone. Get help, and that might be about joining a writers group or a class, or it might be about having a writing coach who can work with you to develop the quality of your writing, and then help you to shape your work into a format with a very good proposal that can get out there and get connected with the publisher, so that your writing then goes out in the world and it makes a great impact. So it's not just the idea that's left, you know, in your head and goes with you to the grave, but you've made a contribution that other people can enjoy. So that's the joy of writing.
Fantastic. So it sounds as though you're the sort of person who can help people realise those dreams so they don't go to the grave with the unwritten book in their head.
Yeah, it would be a sad day, wouldn't it, if that didn't get out there. So it's a joy for me when people start with an idea and we work together on it, and they say, I've got the contract, or you know, I've got invites to book launches, and it's wonderful, absolutely fantastic that it's gone through that process and happened.
The key thing is, don't do it alone. Find somebody that you can buddy up with.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
We hope you found that interesting, and you've learnt some tips yourself to actually create your own book. And if you do want to find out more, then please go to the page on Kate's website that tells you more about her writing workshops. Thanks for listening.